All right, thanks for joining me in the booth, Rose. We are here commentating, hosting, commentating, spectating, enjoying another battle in Defenders of Earth, in which we determine who shall be the champion to protect Earth from the upcoming invading aliens that we all know about, definitely. We don't know the aliens format, so each player must bring a team with one character from each of seasons 1 through 7. And in this section of the tournament, stage 1, where players are divided into pools. Top player from each pool will advance into top cuts and have an elimination style set. But for now, everybody plays everybody in their own pool. These players are... Which pool are they in?
I know all the pools they're not in. They're not in Magic, Reese's Pieces, or RAF, so
That leaves
they must
Reflection.
be in... Okay.
Yeah. Which I guess probably does have the least memorable name of the pools.
Yes, exactly.
I've yet to have anybody
Okay.
forget Reese's Pieces as one of the pool names. Alright.
And we have Umina versus Propeller Knight.
Alright. One of the 6 Propeller Knights. One of, I think, 2 Uminas. So, 2 Minas, as it were.
That sounds correct. Yep.
Alright. Goofy, weird, but definitely not an alien. I'm sure she's trustworthy. It's fine, everyone. It's fine. And Polar Knight, a Shoto from Season 4. So he doesn't have any particularly unique mechanics. I guess he does use a Force special, which Umina does not. This being a special that costs a Force, kind of like Ultras, but it's a special. And, 1 Force instead of some number of gauge. Umina, being a Season 2 character from 7th Cross, uses transformations. Cards that provide some sort of permanent upgrade to her character when they enter play. Cannot easily, well, in her case, cannot be removed from play at all. And it's true of most characters, hence permanent. You get them into play by hitting with the attack or by taking an action to discard 1 copy, thus transforming the other copy, so you have to have them both in hands. Season 2 characters tend to favor longer game plans, building up over time, some form of inevitability. Season 4 characters tend to be more about doing some sort of flashy, silly shenanigan that involves a bunch of force and movement and some cards that look pretty silly. Let me go find Launcher. There you go. Both sides of this card are pretty silly.
Yep. Notably, Propeller Knight, normally quite comfortable at range 4, might be less comfortable than usual just because Dark Thoughts exists.
Yep. Well, wow, what an opening hands. 2 readings and 2 berries, so to speak. Umina revealing, not sure what was parried, but revealing Focus, Focus, Cross, Terror Whispers, Hollow Space, 2 of her kind of infamous range 1 dodges. Annoying for a lot of characters, perhaps not for Propeller Knight, who actually, in many board states, can beat it at range 1 using Propeller Pull. She's going to respond to parry with parry, except not quite. If this parry is successful, if Dark Reflections is successful, it will steal the discarded card into her Dreamlands. So now she has stolen Focus. Yep. Rough starts for Propeller Knights, even though no blows have been exchanged. He is down a Focus, and Umina kind of has an extra Focus. Focus already not a card that Propeller Knight likes dealing with, generally. Though, who does? Does he still control the mix-up here? Alright, +2 power, +2 speed. +2... I think he does, but also I'm not sure what the mix-up is anymore. I mean, I guess it's still fundamentally, is it dive or is it not dive? Because dive is what beats Dark Thoughts.
Yep. I think that light is to have a threat into the known hollow space.
Reading.
Oh, there's a reading.
Yep. Neutral has gone on too long.
The cross.
Speed tie and stun. Yep. Okay. Got some reasonable value there. Is up in close range, where Umina generally isn't the most comfortable, although, with an extra focus, maybe multiple extra foci, that's good for her. And to be clear, it's not like she is uncomfortable at long range either. She is, well, she's an interesting character. I think Umina is kind of 3 characters, but you only play 1 in any given game. You just have a lot of flexibility and a lot of weird tools.
Is it something simple enough you could explain what the 3 characters are, or are you
Sure.
being interrupted by?
You got your zoner, who dances at range, uses her Exceed ability, uses Call of the Dreamlands. You got your heavyweight who likes to put things in Dreamlands and then strike with stun immunity, because stun immunity is pretty good.
Mm.
And then you got this character who plays some card game that is related to Exceed, but like may or may not actually be Exceed, which involves having face down cards, hidden information, Whispers in the Dark to copy opponents' boosts that you didn't start out owning, like lots and
Makes
lots of
sense.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
And
I
recursion.
played an Umina game recently against Chun-Li, and it turns out Super Parry is a much better boost when it costs negative one force instead of two force on an Ultra.
Yeah, yeah. Notably, Whispers in the Dark would allow her to play an instant or perform the instant boost effect of a card in her Dreamlands, explicitly ignoring the force cost. So that is a horrifying prospect. Uh,
Interestingly, Propeller going to range 3 against the light.
Against light,
Yeah.
yeah, baffling. Not without reason. He does have a speed 7 card here, so he's actually he could still dodge one hollow space. And
the other went down for a parry.
Oh, you're right,
well.
it did, because that's is that Whisper? No, Dark Reflections. That's what it's called. Yeah.
But no, +4 speed now.
Swift Destruction. Okay. I didn't know Umina had Swift Destruction.
Yeah.
I guess she does. She's got to be planning Dark Thoughts. Like, there's nothing else that's worth this level of investment. I
Notably,
guess,
Dark Thoughts is still itself a mix-up. Even with Swift Destruction in play, Propeller Knight could swoop out of it. So
yep. That's still not reliable. Interesting. Yeah, so conventional wisdom in the Umina matchup is that you always filter Dark Thoughts. Obviously, this creates a mix-up where maybe you do and maybe you don't. But this is largely because it's a sweep. It often doesn't trade. It often wins cleanly when it wins. And also, the effect is real nasty. It steals the opponent's card to your Dreamlands, and then she can transform immediately, meaning that whatever card she stole, you can't use the other copy of it. All right, before not coming back to range 1, saying, no, never mind, actually. Let's
moving 2 with the Ultra, notably not using the boost because the boost would just be less efficient at this distance.
Yeah, stylish way to pay 3 force to move 2 spaces instead of, not that. Yeah, this is a weird board state. With only focus in Dreamlands, Umina's not really threatening a whole lot. Like, a lot of speed, sure, but her most punishing payout right now, since both her sweeps are down, I guess is Out of Mind for, like, 5 damage.
Yeah, which is not that exciting.
Yeah, so you paid a lot. You paid two sweeps for that. That's... All right. Well, that makes sense. Just not being at range 1, where now at least she can throw a spike. Oh, hey, look, it's range 1 again. Footsies. We'd love to see it.
Again, Whispers in the Dark. If Umina gets bored, like desperate enough or bored enough of the situation, she does have extra readings at the moment.
Yep. She also might be deliberately stalling, just like waiting to draw into transformations. Normally, though, I wouldn't expect to see 2 lights hit the table on just stalling.
Makes sense. How many of Umina's transformations does she actually... Like, I know some of them are a little more niche. Like, you don't want both Spiraling Descent and Sleeper Awakes at the same time a lot of the time.
Yeah, notably those 2 are mutually exclusive in that they are a anti-synergy. Or non-bow if you prefer. The other 2, it kind of depends. Slipping Away is very, very good if you're in Exceed mode. Because it's basically a start of turn. You can kind of mill 1 to move 1. Like, it's a little more complicated than that because there's a lot more steps. But and in Exceed mode, like, actions are life because she starts to actually run out of deck, which means that being able to move without taking your actions to do it is really useful. People keep using the silver key and like winning with it. I don't know. I don't value this. Why would I help my opponent wild swing if I like am treating their entire deck as if it's at their disposal anyway? That said, it is a good way to like diffuse a boost set like this, actually, to diffuse a boost setup, because it is, scramble, right? Like you are forcing the opponent to respond to the wild swing, so whatever they had in hand that they were setting up, they don't play. So it's pretty good into characters who are very boost heavy.
I've also heard that it's useful, like, and for instance, if you really want the opponent to not play an EX or something along those lines.
Yep, that's where it really is key, as it were. Propeller Knight moving to range 2. Here's Dream Telling. Now it makes sense. Plus 4 power.
Yeah, Umina's found her additional reward to threaten with this +4 speed.
Yep. So plus 4 speed
Plus
and
4 power.
plus 4 power. And hey, now that Out of Mind is actually 9 power at speed 9. That sure is a 10299, though, you know, it's got 3 boosts in play to make it that. Huh. Propeller Knight answering that speed, saying, yeah, I actually have really fast specials. It's not going to be that easy for Umina to guarantee anything, because Saber Lunge is speed 6, notably the same speed as Cross. Obviously, Cross itself could allow Propeller Knight to escape from most things that aren't called Dark Thoughts. If he has the EX.
Though, in this board state, Out of Mind would be a very threatening card, and unless Propeller Knight... I'm not sure what Propeller Knight could have that would dodge Out of Mind.
No, you're right. If she initiates... Yeah, even the swoop is not sufficient. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what the play here is then. Because the Telegraph is the 9 power Out of Mind. It could, of course, just be like a 9 power spike, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, reading. Yeah, so draw 1, then reading. Ooh.
Reads a spike.
And there's Out of Mind.
Plays the Out of Mind.
Successful reading. Going to hit for 9.
Yep.
Does do to transform, slipping away. Reasonable. Yeah, Umina with...
Now has enough gauge.
Mm-hmm. I think we were going to the same direction, right? Her exceed cost is 4, and she actually now could exceed, unless we were talking about Call of the Dreamlands.
I was thinking of Call of the Dreamlands,
yeah,
just because
that's likelier.
Both players on relatively big hands, so if it hits, it is likely to hurt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a Wild Swing response. Oh, speak of the devil. She could validate that. It's a risk. Based on her hand, she might actually have enough information to say that definitely stuns.
It's kind of like Liar's Dice or whatever that game is. You know what's in your hand, you don't know.
So it's +2 from her, and it is +2 from
Only
him.
+2 from Propeller.
That's a trade.
So it will trade, yep.
Yep.
Though, notably, Umina has still these 2 known focuses left, and Propeller has normals, and I believe initiated that strike.
Yes, though,
so
the punish is not great if Propeller puts her at range 1, because she has a grasp and he has the EX grasp. She would basically have to reading grasp play focus to punish properly.
Yeah, which is not exciting.
Yep.
So
he's going to take 6. She's going to take probably 4, assuming that he pulls her to range 1, which is certainly the play, I think, because if he leaves her at range 2, then he gets red immediately.
Yeah.
I think that was a decided to... Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, that's a clean loss of Dark Thoughts. Yep. Yeah, Propeller Knight chose that 2 damage, but paid a lot more for it than he may have reckoned on.
And takes the 6. Cool. I was just about to wonder if we needed to mention that.
Thanks. Yep. Umina transforms Spiraling Descent. Though Propeller Knight no longer has any grasps, could come in handy later. Alright. Boost Blade Flourish. Plus power, plus speed. Draw 1. Well, range 2, draw 1, but that is currently the case. Umina closing 1? Yeah, just closing 1. And Propeller Knight exceeding. Okay. So this is the Propeller Knight that we see most games, because he has an exceed cost of 2, he gets to move up to 2, it's generally like force neutral or even force efficient for him to exceed. And it gives him access to action, advanced retreat 1, strike, which can obviously make his gameplay a lot more dynamic. Umina also exceeding. Alright, that's
he does have both the transform you mentioned as being good when you're exceeded and the one that is just good, period, so...
Yep, yeah, the Dreamlands now has a different function. Can no longer be used to strike, but now can have its card sealed to confer its triggers before hit and after.
Oh, and also what happens to the card changes. Instead of being discarded when it's replaced, it goes back to its owner's hand.
Yep.
Which I don't ever remember as part of the change, but...
Yeah, it is notable because... So, it's what makes slipping away work so well, because at the start of her turn, she can look at the top card of her deck, put it in her Dreamlands, and if she does, she gets the old card to her hand, and now she can pay a force to move one.
Also, notably, this is currently a Propeller grasp in hand, so we could see yet another known card reading if Propeller's not careful.
Yep, which is probably going to happen here. Cannonball into block. Oh, that's a clean loss for block. Just take 5 damage.
Yep.
That said, we are set up for the reading, like for the guaranteed reading here. At worst, that's a hollow space. Umina does need to do her start of turn. There it is. Look at the top card of the deck. If she puts it in Dreamland, then, which may not be legal, by the way, there's a chance that this is Shadow Chorus.
Oh, right. Yep.
But a small chance. Okay, she does put that there, which puts the grasp in Propeller Knight's hands, which then gives her the reading. She can also pay a force to move one if she needs to do that, to secure it. This is some very solid Umina play. Yep.
Is choosing to pay the force, stepping forward, presumably has like a spike or assault in her hand to punish.
There's the spike to punish the grasp that she just gave back to Propeller Knight so generously. How nice of her. I'm sure that Propeller Knight appreciates it. Yep. Alright. It is now Propeller Knight's turn. Like, his attack quality is still pretty high, but his her shenanigans are fully... What's the word? Fully engaged.
He does have a known Saber Lunge in hands, and we have seen, I believe, both sweeps and focuses go down, so that might actually be a fairly reliable play here at the moment.
Oh, valid. Yeah, the only card she has in hand is Hollow Space. If she gets turns, then she will get to like leverage her ability for range 4, or not. But yeah, she'll get to leverage her ability for basically automatic draw, right? Because it's a start of turn where she picks up the old thing. Yeah, there you go, like that.
Yep.
It's going to start to
and
make
Assault is a good one to get the trigger stacking with Assault and Dive, generally the cards you look at when you are looking at this type of effect.
Yep, Plague Knight strats, because they have very, very good before effects, which can give you effective range, or just create movement that will get you out of a bad situation. Alright, so Umina prepares. Propeller boosting Private Reserve. Kind of suggests a light. Yep, it's a light. Umina picking up assaults. Now has a known assaults and block, but I don't remember if there's a remaining reading on Propeller Knight's side.
I believe not. One got parried early, the second one got used shortly after.
Okay. Out of Mind's hit effect's kind of funny, because if you seal for it, you are almost guaranteed to not have a card in Dreamlands, since you sealed it from your Dreamlands.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You basically have to hit with Terror Whispers to make that not the case. I mean, or Dark Thoughts, but like, if you're hitting with Dark Thoughts, you're already happy.
Yep. Also, the hit effect, the otherwise causing the hit effect is just pretty funky. It feels very different than what you would expect an Umina game to look like, and then...
Yeah, it is. Like, it is typically you're down to low hand size, you need a fresh hands. Here's your weird change cards action at a strange timing. Like it's kind of, it reminds you a little bit of Broken Weapon or things like that, where it's manipulating resources. But it does it at a different time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because she doesn't actually like use her gauge for anything other than ultras or force, right? She usually doesn't pay much to exceed. Her ultras are like, she has a 2 gauge ultra, and then the other one is
very silly boost.
Yeah. Yeah, like her other ultra is a great diffusal tool, but it's 3 gauge to not lose a strike, which is a high cost for not losing in many cases. So +2 speed, +1 power, and Propeller Knight going to gain a gauge. Getting rid of swoop seems reasonable. Swoop, while a solid evasive tool, is not a card that I usually consider to be high value at all. Oh, there's a dive. Into +2 speed, though, it's still pretty hard to have a clean answer. Like, even a grasp sealing dive would not outspeed a +2 speed Saber Lunge.
Oh, Whispers in the Dark? Just get the tech value out of it early. But, yeah, hard to say. We have seen all the grasps and swoops go down from Propeller Knight, so if there is something relatively fast with the dive effect, it might be able to connect.
Yeah, I think an EX grasp? Oh, this is slipping away, presumably?
Yep, presumably.
Well, since they didn't draw for end of turn, I'm gonna guess that's the case. But yeah, you know, Umina, a little bit of Rachel in her.
I'm trying to remember what Propeller Knight has. Well, this is actually Propeller Knight has 2 gauge, and definitely has a copy of Launcher at the moment because one has been discarded, but I don't think we've seen the other.
Yeah, I agree. So he's obviously threatening Launcher, at absurd speed, but not all that much power. It would be what, 6 power? So she could certainly be baiting it.
Yep.
With like her own.
Though again, no slows left for Umina that I know of. So
yeah, that's weird. Like, yeah, if she can't be playing sweep or focus, I don't know what she does against Launcher. We might find out.
Yep.
Maybe block? Does she still have a block?
Oh yes, she pulled one back from the Dreamlands a while ago, and I think does still have it live.
Okay, that would be reasonable. A block ceiling dive, like, might sound a little silly, but at the same time, it can bait out something strong and then put you in the position that you have decided you actually want to be in.
Yeah.
Which against Propeller Knight is probably not range 4, because Propeller Knight has a many-sided mix-up available at range 4.
Funnily enough, if this is a block that is calling out a Launcher, you end up back at range 3 when you move.
Because it pulls through. yeah. So yeah, if it was block, you would need the other cannonball to really punish here.
That is, of course, a lot riskier because Umina could actually be playing something intending to hit you that will be Cannonball.
Yep. I'm not sure how bad it is to have the Launcher get eaten by block here. Puts her at range 3. Propeller Knight's turn. She would have no Dreamlands, at least temporarily. I think Saberlunge might still be online.
I believe one copy is still available. Yeah. In hand, even. Propeller will...
Oh.
Well, we'll trade with the Terror Whispers.
Okay, I did not anticipate
Trades quite well, actually.
Yes, so Terror Whispers hitting for 2, going to put something from discarded Dreamlands. Interesting. Clearly trying to set something up with this hit effect.
Yeah, that, or notably does have 2 gauge available, could just be trying to use Silver Key later to wrap up the game.
Yeah,
Oh, the players had the focus on
they
their
stole
the... Luckily, I don't think Propeller cares about discard order.
He does not, to my recollection. In fact, Private Reserve shuffles the discard pile just in case, even though nothing cares.
Yep.
But it was just to make sure that he didn't care. But yeah, she could be putting Call the Dreamlands in, either for the hit effect or just because, like, at the start of her turn, she'll get to pick up whatever it is. Which, in that mindset, she might pick up, like, a Focus or a Grasp, depending on if she thinks she wants to land another reading.
Yep.
Hey, look.
Yep, there it is.
Alright, and she's going to then probably get pulled 2 and take 6 and lose a random card, because that is... Sorry, take 7.
7, even.
7.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense as a way Propeller probably wants to do something along those lines to just stay in this game as much as possible.
Yep. Hey, got a Dark Thoughts. That's good for Propeller. Drops her to 8 life. For Umina, that is actually, like, perilously close to...
Yeah, like a Saber Lunge into something could end the game.
Mm-hmm. And if she's out of slows, including Dark Thoughts now... I
guess Dark Thoughts would trade a Saber Lunge, but yeah.
She's in a lot
now
of danger.
It really wouldn't. Will Propeller Knight, assuming we are correct that is... Well, there's still the block live as well, I guess. So
that's fair. Yeah.
Does need to do a couple of hits, not just Saber Lunge and one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
If assuming the block successfully blocks the Saber Lunge.
Looks like we're just going to see Private Reserve. So I'm guessing... Yep, speed again. Umina at start of turn, probably picking up that focus, so you need to wait and make sure that's not legal.
Oh,
nope.
Not legal.
Can't keep the focus. Focus goes away. Oh boy, I wonder if they miscounted that.
Umina required to discard it. Yep. So
Yeah.
that is the card.
That can only be placed in your Dreamlands if it is face down. She... What? Oh, tech. Okay.
Um,
Alright. And then that triggers
Hold
the automatic
up.
reshuffle.
What is that dive off to the side there? Was that sealed? Oh,
Sealed.
that was
Sealed.
sealed. Okay.
Sealed.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. Okay. But yes. Okay. Plus power plus speed. That does give up the Blade Flourish. Or sorry, does give up the Saber Lunge. Alright, now she picks up the Focus. Has a card in her Dreamlands that has no triggers on it, but at least it got her the Focus in hand, so she does have that slow. In addition, she has now actually reshuffled, so she could draw into, Sweeps, Focuses, Dark Thoughts again. Well, her remaining Dark Thoughts. I guess she only has one Dark Thought left. She already used the other one. Singular.
Yep.
What? Oh, I thought that was the other one. Okay. Looking to steal something good.
Or just reveal the hand for the reading.
Could be.
Force for color to deal with that.
Well, that is a hand that is pretty juicy for a reading. We've got Dive, Assault, Cross, Launcher, and Headwinds. But yeah, three normals that are subject to potential punishment. She has a Focus in hands. Yeah, like there are various aggressive plays Propeller could make here, but it's hard for him to safely gain advantage. Like the mix-up is kind of if he goes to range 3 and strikes, Dive beats anything that isn't Focus. Assaults... Oh, sorry, Dive beats Focus. Assault loses to Focus. Beats, I think, pretty much everything else. Unless she happens to actually get her sweep. I did not see it in turn draw.
Okay, I was not noticing. I wasn't paying attention to that, so...
I don't think so. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Alright, Propeller initiating from range 2 with that hands. Okay, so across. Okay, that's probably game. Like, gonna hit for some amount of damage, and then Umina's going to, if legal, pick up that spike and have a guaranteed reading assault. Hey,
doesn't even need to pick up the spike.
Yeah, they still need to resolve the effect, though. But yes, and play Call of the Dreamlands. Okay, well, that's game 1. They reveal their hands, and it does enough damage, which is to say, at least 2.
Yep.
Alright. Umina takes it over Propeller. The Dreamer has awoken, but now may return to her slumber. She will retire in glory, cannot be used again next game. Petersonian may choose any character from his team for the next game. Is not under any such restriction.